Oh, Twilight dear, you simply cannot wear that to the gala. You only embarrass yourself. Twilight Sparkle honked and beeped angrily at her friend Rarity, who was busy trying to retake her measurements. I'm sorry, but the harsh reality is that you've put on a few £1,000, and while it may be incredibly last minute, I cannot allow you to go to the Grand Galloping Gala dressed in that thing, Rarity said in a disgusted tone. Of course, she wasn't just being a massive bitch. Twilight Sparkle was wearing a gigantic purple tarp that covered her entire body. Now, if we're going to get accurate measurements, I'm going to have to remove your tarp, Rarity said. Grabbing the corner of the tarp, Twilight became incredibly bashful, turning her wheels to express her discomfort. Oh, hun, I know you're sensitive about your body, but trust me, you make being a giant purple rectangle look good. Woo-ank! Replied Twilight, finally working up the courage to speak intelligibly. Wee-oo-brrr! Please don't be difficult. The gala is in 4 hours, and I can't have you looking so atrocious. Twilight finally gave in, releasing a massive spurt of water from her hose to fling the purple tarp off her body. Rarity looked on in awe. What she'd said before was not just her bullshitting, like she usually does. Twilight looked about as beautiful as a purple rectangle could. Her dazzling purple paint shone brightly in the light of the boutique, only accentuated by the adorable perky fire hose that stretched out of her body, twisting in various fabric coils. The ladder on top of her was akin to a ladder used by gods, its pink rungs aiding to Twilight's girlish charm. Her sexy little muffler was modestly tucked away underneath her, letting the boys know that she was available. But they'd have to try damn hard to get a piece. But it was those beautiful black wheels that put the whole thing together so perfectly. Maleucate and ensuring lots of traction. The Firestone logo on the sign was a symbol of quality, and Rarity got all hot and bothered just looking at them. She turned away to hide her blush from Twilight, pretending to look through various fabrics and sewing supplies. Twilight honked impatiently. Fine, I'm hurrying. You don't have to shout. Rarity hustled on over, measuring Twilight's tires, her windshield, and her various other areas that could not be measured through the tarp. Finally, Rarity was finished, and she and Twilight walked/drove over to the train station. Rarity would have to settle for finishing the dress in the train. Of course, once they reached the train, they found another problem, namely, just how the hell were they going to fit a fucking fire truck on a train cart? Wee-woo-bang-bang! Said Twilight, so they tied her to the back of the train as was her suggestion, and she shifted into neutral. 2 hours later. They were finally there, at the Grand Galloping Gala, where all the snooty douchebags gathered to wave their money at poor people. The Ponies were so excited that they started singing about all the cool shit that was gonna go down. Fluttershy sang about bestiality. Rarity sang about some fucking gay guy. Applejack sang about how she was Jewish, and Pinkie Pie sang about how annoying she is, and Rainbow sang about she's a hashtag original gangsta. Finally, it was time for Twilight to sing. She did. After Take 2. After Twilight finished her verse, all the other ponies clapped and cried, moved by her beautiful voice. Afterwards, the 5 ponies and their fire truck mate split up. The others did the stupid shit that you already saw in the episode, so go fuck yourself. Twilight, however, was having a pretty fucking shitty time driving up the stairs to Celestia's shake hands with the rich cunt face platform. Celestia didn't care though. She's a cunt like that. Wee-woo! Twilight screamed at her mentor, trying to get her assistance. Would you stop hollering and God me, criminy? Celestia replied. Twilight responded in kind by pulling out her high-pressure fire hose and blasting Celestia right in the face. Celestia growled and teleported right up into Twilight's grill. Not, he metaphorically, gangsta grill, her actual grill, because she's a fire truck. Celestia was now stuck in the middle of Twilight's grill, partially fused with it. Twilight panicked and backed up as fast as she could, crushing every single pony behind her, the blood ending her fire truck's form, sliding even faster down the stone steps. A couple of loose cannon cops, who don't play by the rules, tried to arrest her, but she's a damn fire truck, so ordinary human handcuffs don't work on her. Oh. My life was a lie. The poor dear was so terrified that she drove headfirst through a glass door, sending shards shooting into the skulls of the pony party goers, especially Fancy Pants. Ha ha! Bitch! Who would certainly never tap dance again. Twilight drove in maniac circles, beating the shit out of Grillestia every time she crashed into something. Brrrr! 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 She cried as she collided with both the table and Prince Blueblood. Suddenly, Fluttershy burst through the doors, a horde of animals leading the way. You're gonna love... Huh? She said, stopping her stupid screaming the second she saw the horrifying carnage in front of her. She hadn't any time to react, and Twilight clipped her from the side, knocking her head of and sending flying into the punch bowl. Rarity, of course, knew what the problem was. She had forgotten to give Twilight her dress, and it drove her into a murderous rampage. Get it? So Rarity threw the dress at Twilight, where it caught on her ladder. Twilight stopped immediately. I did it! Cried Rarity, but in reality, she did jack shit, and Twilight ran out of gas. Discord later took over because two of the elements were dead. The end. Now here's a little note. Dear Princess Celestia, your faithful student, Twilight Sparkle.